what the president needs, and you, as the Democratic majority in the House, could come up with an exit strategy and force him to accept it?
Well, no. What I'm saying is we should be working together. It's very unusual that the president has taken this very lone approach to it, that he is conducting this war without the involvement, quite different from what has happened in the past when we have been a nation at war. And we have to change direction, too, because this is the wrong war. This isn't the war on terror. This is diverting our attention and our resources away from the real target. We should never have left Afghanistan in the manner that we did. Our troops have done a magnificent job in Iraq. It's time for a diplomatic and political remedy there. But at the same time, being there has taken its toll on our military readiness. Don't take it from me. Experts on the subject have said we don't have one combat-ready unit in the U.S. to be deployed in case of another threat to our national security. The target is Afghanistan. They harbored the terrorists. We took our attention away from there, and we should return the focus there. Hunt down Osama bin Laden, bring those responsible for 9/11 to justice, defeat the terrorists, and the war in Iraq is deterring us from doing that.
Finally, as you know, I'm sure you know, the Republicans running in these congressional races in November, you're a target of a lot of this, speaking of focus, and they say, do you really want to turn the House of Representatives over to a liberal Democrat from San Francisco? How do you respond to that sort of thing?
Italian Catholic, mother of 5, grandmother of 5, going on 6. The focus is the President of the United States. It's him and his policies and that of this rubber-stamped Republican Congress that are the issue. I think targeting me, most people don't even know who I am, is an act of desperation on the part of the Republicans. We're going to keep the focus in a very optimistic way on our new direction. We know it's possible, if elected, for us to achieve these things, and in the spirit of the optimism and hope and confidence of the American people, build a better future for our children.
But just in shorthand terms, it is correct to say, is it not, that if the Democrats do take control of the House, whether you're Speaker or not, it's going to be a more liberal House of Representatives than there is now, correct?
It's going to be a more bipartisan Congress. It's going to be a more productive Congress. It's going to be a Congress that is about the future. And yes, that will be a new direction.
And for instance, to be specific, for instance, if the Democrats were in charge of the House of Representatives, the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee would be a Democrat, and he would not be saying probably what Duncan Hunter said today about this New Deal, correct?
It would be Ike Skelton, who's a very conservative Democrat from Missouri, who has impeccable national security credentials, has the respect of members of Congress on both sides of the aisle, and in fact, the administration. He's revered. I visited him at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri and at Fort Leonard Wood, and he has the respect of the military community, both at home and in Washington, D.C. So he'd be a great chair of the Armed Services Committee, because our national security shouldn't be about partisanship. It should be about working together to make America as safe as we can be, with a military second to none, with diplomatic alliances based on that strength, to stop terrorism, to stop the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, to have real homeland security that doesn't get D's and F's and incompletes from the 9/11 Commission, but A's, and which honors our responsibility to our veterans when they come home.
All right. Leader Pelosi, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. New direction.
Got it.